हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू चेसपीडिया। इस लेक्चर को हिंदी में देखने के लिए हमारे चैनल अखंड भारत पर जाइए, वहाँ पे लेक्चर हिंदी में मौजूद है। ओके, सो दिस इज अ बोर्ड फॉर्मेशन। वी हैव सीन हाउ टू डू दैट. We have seen how pawn moves, how pawn captures and passant and other pawn moves. We have seen how rook moves. All these lectures are available in the link in the description. You can click the I button and you will find the description. So, the next piece is bishop. So, these are the bishops. We have 4 bishops, 2 black, 2 white. Why 2? Because bishop moves in diagonal. So, there is a light colored bishop, there is a dark colored bishop like this. So, this one is a light colored bishop, this one is a dark colored because it is a dark square, same dark and light. So, how bishop moves? They moves in a diagonal like this, crisscross way. So, let us play. This is a bishop, how it will move? Like, so we have a bishop here and they can move like this in a diagonal, or you can play it like this here on the diagonal. We can play it like this on this diagonal, all squares on the diagonal, you can play it like that. You can play 2 moves on the diagonal, you can play full diagonal also we have seen. Suppose you play this much of the diagonal, here is black, it can play like this, it can go like this, and this can go like this, and so on. So, I hope this is clear. We will just draw the moves here of all the bishops here. So, here 1, these are the moves which this bishop can go on. Now, let us draw another color 1, this bishop, this is one diagonal, this is another diagonal. Now, let us try this one, this is like this, and so a light color can only move on light color square, a dark color can move on dark colored squares. Okay. So, this is how the bishops will move. Let us go to the example. This is regarding the value of center and the power of bishops and the power of pieces in the center in general. So, we know how this bishop can move, we know all those things, again repeating it like that, like this and like this. This one for that, black one can move like this, then it can go like this. So, how many squares each bishop is covering here? We know both are bishops, so both are equally powerful, each have 3 points, we will cover that later, each have 3 points, both are equal piece. But the real power comes from the position and the number of squares you cover, either a particular strategic position or the number of squares you are covering. So, how many squares it is covering right now? For the white one it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It is covering 13 squares. Okay. On the other hand, the black one, it is in the corner. So, corner power get diminished in general. So, 1 and then this diagonal 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, 13 versus 7. So, clearly it is half power. So, that is why center is very important for all the pieces, because center gives you highest mobility. So, I hope you understand this point. Let us play a move for these bishops and see how they go. Now, this black was less powerful one, but now its power has changed. How? We will see. Now, how much this can cover? This bishop can cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, earlier it was 13, but by going to a corner, it can cover only these 7 squares, right. This one has moved a little bit from the corner, so its power has increased. We see how much it has increased. It was 7 earlier. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, this has increased a lot. Now, if you play another move like this, suppose you play it like, suppose we go to here, it comes in the center, okay. Now, this black is the center one, this is relatively corner one. So, let us see how much square black can cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, you see the power has increased significantly from 7 to 13, almost double. On the other hand, black white one, earlier it was in the center, that was 13, corner it was 7. Let us see how many this time 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this diagonal, then 7, 8, 9. It has increased from 7, 1 it was at the square 2, it was very less, right. So, we look at another example. So, this is a value of center and the mobility of the pieces, that makes them stronger. Now, here we are looking at the number of captures. We cannot capture the friendly piece, and this is a friendly piece, we cannot capture it. So, let how many capture we can do? We can capture this one capture, we can capture this one, 2 capture, 3 capture, that is all. We cannot capture our own piece, right. So, there are only 1, 2, 3 captures are there. We cannot capture this rook because our own piece is coming in between. We cannot capture in one move this knight because this knight is captured first. So, and how many moves are there? Moves are pretty less, only 3 capture are there, and moves are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, that is all. These many moves we have. Let us look at another example, it is an important one. So, in the previous lecture we have seen how rook moves. Rook is very powerful, rook is equal to almost 5 pawns, but this formation rook failed to stop them from queening. How? If it is captured like this, it will simply capture and then it will queen later. So, rook failed. If rook goes like this, it will simply go here. Whatever rook do here, queen, capture and again queen. So, rook is failing in this particular scenario. If rook goes back like this, it will simply queen. Okay. So, we see rook being so powerful, but in this particular scenario when the 2 pawns are in the last 2 ranks or basically 7th and 6th rank, it is not able to stop them. We have seen other scenarios in the rook lecture, please see that if you have not seen those. But a bishop being a less powerful piece in a particular scenario is much more powerful than a rook, like this is scenario. Here again this formation is there which rook was not able to stop, but a bishop it is on a queening square, even if not on a queening square, but on the queening diagonal it can stop them. So, now the thing is that it covers all the white these many squares and all are on black square. So, if they move it will simply capture. Let us see it. Suppose it is white to move, it goes like this, queen, capture, capture, capture. If you move this, again capture, it move this, again capture. So, one single bishop turned out to be more powerful than a rook, whatever they play. Suppose now it is black to move, they sacrifice, does not matter. If they move this, we can capture. If they do something else that try to stop us in between, we again capture. If they move here now, we again capture. So, you see one bishop turned out to be more powerful than the rook in this particular scenario. There are 5 pawns, but that means 5 power, bishop is 3 power. So, this is a position. Hence, in chess, the beauty of chess is there is no absolute power, everything is relative. In certain condition, a small piece can turn into mighty powerful, like a pawn, it can turn into queen. So, at certain scenario, a pawn is much powerful than a rook. So, let us look at another game. Now, this you have to solve it out yourself. See, these are 5 pawns, 5 power, bishop was 3 power and it was able to stop all these pawns. Now, 5 plus 5, there are 10 power rook, can you stop them? Now, this is for you to decide, can you stop or not? I will leave it up to you. It is a very good example. So, let us go to another one. But now, see, technically now black has more power because 1, 2, 3 points plus bishop 3.6 points, but white has 1, 2, 3, 4 points. So, bishop is 2 point powerful, 50% more powerful approx, right. But because of this particular scenario, because this bishop is locked and this pawn is free, white will win here because this bishop cannot go at any place. If we try to move here, it is blocked by this pawn. If we try to move here, it is blocked by this own pawn. So, it is basically entrapped in this particular range. So, this is the trapped bishop. So, it is a bad bishop. A trapped bishop is a bad bishop. So, we know despite of being more powerful, this game white will win because it has a extra pawn here and all the pawns have locked the bishop. So, be careful about this thing. Now, we are going to another example and this is an important one, how to play with bishop. Remember one tip, try to cover maximum square whenever it is possible. So, here we have to stop from queening. So, first thing is we will try to attack. So, how to attack? Like this. Now, we will try to save this pawn because otherwise if we move like this, it will simply capture, it moves like this, it is covering the queening square, it moves like this and we simply capture. So, we have, so now sacrifice won't work. So, we attack, now it will try to save it, how it saves like this. Now, here it is a very tricky move, always try to cover maximum squares. I will show you by a mistake first. If it says now, see this is an important square because once this pawn covers covers this square, then we cannot stop because it is a dark square, our bishop cannot stop it. So, this only these two squares we can cover with our bishops. So, this is a critical square, we should not let this pawn cover it anyhow. So, suppose we make a blunder like this, that will cover this, no problem. Black is smart, it will just give protection. Now, what will happen? It has given protection. Suppose we play a waiting move like this. Now, if it goes like this, even if we capture and we lose, only 2 pawns and bishop lose here. Earlier there was 5 pawns and bishop won. So, it is all about how you play the moves. So, what was the mistake here? We just covered this square, we forgot about this one, this square was very critical. So, the right move is always try to cover or block maximum number of squares. So, once after attacking, it goes like this, try to cover maximum. Now, you have blocked this whole diagonal, you have covered these 2 critical squares. Now, whatever it does, suppose it plays like this, you will capture, it plays like this, you will capture. Suppose it tries to play it another way, it plays like this, you simply capture, it plays like this, you simply capture. So, understand, 5 pawns it is stopped, 2 pawns it is stopped by the right move, but a wrong move. When you did not cover the maximum square, we went simply here, you simply lose. If he makes a blunder, you win, but if he does not make a blunder, he gives support and you lose the game like this. If he tries to give support, now its formation, you cannot win, only 2 pawn compared to 5 and you still lose. So, it plays a waiting move, it goes here, you cannot capture, if you capture, you get captured and then it queens after that and it wins. So, you play to gain the maximum square. I am repeating it again. There is another way to play this one. Let us see. I will just play it out. Like it goes here, then what will happen next? So, if it moves here, thinking that bishop has been blocked, now see what happens. It attacks this one. Now, this was a smart move. See this one, it thought now it will go away, but this is the queening square, it is white. So, we can block it. So, we just let it fall into a trap. Now, whatever it does, we will simply win, because now its trap moves, we will capture. So, understand, try to call maximum square, try to do not let go of the queening square. See what we did here, I am repeating again. Here we did not cover the maximum square, but we did not play the blunder we played earlier, like we went here, that was a blunder because this square was left. So, what we did, we tried to play a game with him. So, we instead of attacking, we tried to cover this diagonal. So, because we know it will come through here only and we can cover this angle. So, black played smart, it blocked our bishop, but now it has no move. Why? Because if it, again repeating it, goes here, black plays this, you go attack, black goes thinking that I will pawn queen, but then white comes again. Now, here it has another choice. If after this if it plays this, then it will simply capture, it moves, it will simply capture. So, understand the concept, always try to cover maximum number of square. In both the examples, whether we went here, we were able to stop because we covered maximum squares. In the first other example, we went here and we were still able to stop, because after it moved here, what we did, we simply blocked the path. But when we made a blunder of not covering maximum square, we simply lost. So, cover maximum squares. Now, we are for the last game. Here black basically, white will lose basically until unless black makes a blunder. So, let us play it out. If you try to attack, black is smart, it will just sacrifice the piece, and this sacrificing is known as loss of tempo, because white has to capture one piece, it lose one tempo and black was able to gain the queen. Now, but what rookies or novice or beginner player or kids will do, they will say it is attack, I have to protect it. Now, this was a mistake, because now you gave black the path, see this, white the path. Now, you cannot do anything. If you move here, it will simply capture, after it you come here, it will simply capture. So, at times sacrificing is good. So, again playing it out, goes here, let it go, sacrifice, because loss of tempo, it has to waste one move, it was not able to cover the square and simply it crossed that square. Because the queening square is dark, which black cannot cover, so the critical squares here were this one, this and this. So, by wasting one move of black, of white, now it has critical square, it has to stop, because then one move wasted, critical square is now gone and we win. So, I hope these examples and lectures are clear to you all. I am slowly including concepts like tempo, space advantage, all those things, so that you are at a higher level compared to other children. Slowly you will understand when we go to advanced lectures after level 1. So, if there are any suggestions, please tell us in the comments. I hope this is clear to you all. Thank you, and to see the lecture in Hindi, please go to Akhand Bharat. Description is in the link. Link is in the description. Okay, thank you.